You guys want to hear something funny? I just spent the last 20 minutes talking to a phone that wasn't recording because I didn't move the little display indicator to video. So I just hit take a photo, a selfie. Anyways, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. It's been roughly 90 days-ish. I retreated to a very large monastery in Bexar County, United States of America, and learned a lot. Did you guys know that 99.9% of all sin starts with the mouth? Most of y'all say, yeah, I knew that, and just keep on talking and not hear what I have to say. However, I said all that to say this. I think, therefore I am. Ponder on that a minute. You know, since Darwin on his deathbed renounced his theories and told everybody that, hey, I was wrong. Scientists have had their arms up in an uproar, like, oh, I don't know what to do. Up until that point, science and quote-unquote Christianity were diverging, going away from each other at a rate so quickly that if they ever decided to come together, it would take ages to do that. And you guys are probably saying, well, I never knew Darwin recanted his theory of the Big Bang. Well, he did. Like I always tell you, believe nothing what you hear and only half of what you see. Not because I'm a liar, but because I want you to be confident in your gossip. Yeah, your gossip. You can probably use more words that you don't even know the definition of all day long than you do that you do know the definition of. So I think, therefore I am. Now scientists are looking at this with an open mind, looking at everything with an open mind, as they should, and researching things and looking at this big universe, the cosmos, and us, tiny little humans, and all them stars, and how our universe contains 8 or 9 planets, plus or minus. It revolves around the sun, and they orbit, moon orbits, and the Earth was to lose its gravity, the moon would fall on top of the Earth, and the people would fly off. Yada yada. Look up in the beautiful night sky, if you don't live in a city, and look at all them stars. You cannot count them, it's impossible. Each one of them stars or suns has the capability of having a universe with 8 or 9 planets, just like ours. Yeah, with life on them too. But really, who cares about all that? Why even worry about that? Big deal, there's life on other planets. Or there's not. We know there's life here. Huh. So, scientists are saying now, and I concur, I looked that up before I used it, I agree with them, the whole universe, the black holes, the cosmos, all the stars, everything together, the infinite radius point, which everything revolves around, that you can't even calculate it. That means like the whole universe that we can see or fathom and think of also orbits something, a radius point that we've never seen or we can't even calculate. So think of this. Scientists are saying that the universe resembles more of one humongous thought, more than 2 meteors coming together and bouncing off each other, ricocheting and doing it again and creating our moon. And that's what that's what the public schools are teaching our children today. Yeah, go figure. So, and I believe they're still teaching the Darwin theory, believe it or not, even though he's recanted his theory. But Yeah, that's what you pay for. You get what you pay for. So if the universe resembles one huge thought, and I know you guys are thinking, thought, wow. Well, man, if I just think I'm rich, I'm going to be rich. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If I think I'm a loser, I'm going to be a loser. If I think I'm fat, I'm going to be fat. Yep, you're right. Maybe not in an instant like you want, but I promise you, the reason why you are the way you are is because you thought about it. That's no lie. Think about it. Meditate on that. I dare you to go to bed tonight, and the 3 hours you're laying there before your little eyes close and you reach the different levels of consciousness until you reach REM sleep, I dare you to think about that. Everything you've ever thought of, you became. Just like me. Everything I put my mind to, I accomplished. Blood, sweat, and tears. I got my way. Believe me, I'm a Virgo. My mom always said, hey, hey, Mom, I want some candy. How are you going to get that, son? With your good looks? Well, of course, nowadays, or today, I could say yes, with my good looks. But I was an ugly kid, so I didn't know what to tell her, my mom. I didn't want to be rude to her, and I never got much when I was a kid, but that's probably why. But let's think about that. The subconscious mind is protective of the body, and I'm talking about the subconscious mind in the brain, the human brain, the fleshly brain, the one that dies with you when you die and goes back to the earth. Yes, your soul has a consciousness. So when you die, you still have a personality. It lives forever. You are immortal. And yes, you will live in hell forever, or you will live in quote-unquote heaven. Well, that's another topic. Only after you judge yourself. However, I said all that to say this. So, once you are laying in bed and you realize that, wow, oh my gosh, I remember 2 years ago walking down the street thinking, man, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in jail if I do this or whatever. And that's all you can think about, blah, 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 blah. And now you find yourself wearing an orange jumpsuit. No. Orange is not the new black. You thought yourself to jail. You thought yourself to poverty. You thought yourself sick. I promise you. Try this experiment. If you're sick, if you're poor, if you're anything that you do not like, you could try this. It's called auto-suggestion. And I'm going to go in more depth later on a different lecture, but you would not be able to do this. It's almost impossible. It took a lot of time and effort on my part to even do this for 24 hours. Auto-suggestion. I told myself that I was beautiful, smart, intelligent, disease-free, a Christian, and all that stuff. And man, after 11 hours, I was done. I was thinking about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I was like, man, I can't even do the first part right. But I learned something. Someone told me, hi, have you ever tried not talking for 24 hours? You feel me? You hear me? Try it. I dare you. It's another experiment. But you will begin to see how you have thought yourself to where you're at. I think, therefore I am. Now, you can't just, well, actually you can't. You can manifest a $20 bill in your path. And boom, a $20 bill will appear. It takes a different kind of belief than you were taught. The type of belief that it takes to manifest a $20 bill in your path in the next 20 minutes is the same type of belief that it takes you getting up out of your bed, walking towards the bathroom, the door's locked, you reach your arm out to open the door, turn the doorknob, you know the door's going to open, you step in, do your business, and return back to your humble abode and go back to sleep. You didn't even think about it. You did it all like a mechanical robot. That's a good thing about subconscious and higher consciousness and sleeping and your poverty-stricken fat body that you thought yourself to be. If you could train yourself to believe that type of belief, like a passive belief, like you know it's going to happen, you could fly, you'll live forever. Remember, when Adam and Eve, when we all got our curse through Adam and Eve by eating off the tree of knowledge. The knowledge that they were given was the simple fact, one thing. God said, you shall die. That's when the flesh found out that they are going to die. And that's when we started being anxious about tomorrow. If we could see tomorrow, we'd never be anxious. We'd never be mad. We'd never be sad. I know people who cuss out God for making them win the lottery 2 days before they win it because their car got in a wreck. Oh, why'd you wreck my car? Blah, blah, blah. Well, if their car didn't get in a wreck, they never would have won the lottery 2 days later. Come on, crazies. I know you're smarter than that. Think about it. Be selfish. If we was to all just tend to ourselves, forget about everybody else, for 1 week, we could fix the world. Everything. Every single, the famine, the homelessness, the disease, everything could be fixed. And a week may be exaggerating, but in very little time. 1929, the depression. We thought ourselves into a depression. 2008, stock market crash. We thought ourselves into that crash. When we lose our jobs, guess what? Oh my gosh, we're biting our nails. Oh, I'm going to get fired. And guess what? You got fired, dumbass. I'm serious. Try it. And it doesn't enough. Go to your library. Do not read this on the phone. You have to get the book or order this book. It's by Napoleon Hill. It's called Think and Grow Rich. I'm not motivated by money, so I replace, when I see the word money in the book, I replaced it with my desires, which was like time travel and 72 virgins and all that stuff. So you could do the same thing. Or if you want money, then you could just read the book. But however, I've read the book 6 times in less than 30 days. I have my favorite chapters, and I don't want to dilute the Bible or anything, but it's my new Bible, and it's fact. It's tried and proven. It's taught me some things that I was able to view through my own experience and say, "Wow, yep, this book is right," because of my own experiences. Get the book. I'm serious. Do not read it on the phone. You have to have the book. And if you want to know why, get a hold of me in person or text, email, however, and I'll tell you why. I can't give all the secrets on here. Until then, I love you guys. And I think, therefore, I am.